We also said at the outset, it's a team that you really don't know what to expect when this team comes to town. They lose people through defections, they add new people, and so on. Their teams always seem to be in a state of turmoil, but they seem to have a pretty good hockey club here at the Canada Cup.
Here's Coffey to Gretzky to Brian Kropp, shooting one, and that went off either Hasek or the defenseman's leg into the corner, and a pile up there. Canada trying to open up quickly, but Czechoslovakia come out of their own zone. And here's Dolezal into Canada's end. The Volek dropping it back now to Hrdina. Hrdina, number 24, centered. Wolchik pinching in. Coffey blocked that shot, feeds Pocket. Now to Kropp. Has Gretzky with him. Leaves for Gretzky. Gretzky trying to get it to Pocket, but tipped away. Now centered. Here's Coffey. Number 77, Coffey, firing it in. Gretzky where he usually is, behind the net, but couldn't center. And Hrdina feeding it into center ice, and Volek couldn't get anywhere. Kropp cleared it away. And now Czechoslovakia shoot it in with Ray Bourque. Back to get it, feeds Messier. Has Howard Chuck with him. Howard Chuck right in, shoots. Big save, Hasek. On a great chance by Canada on that play. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Well, here's a replay of the second Canadian goal as Messier sets up Howard Chuck right in front. This time Hasek is right there. It's that big pad on it, then leaps out. Notice throughout the game how often Hasek, Dan, loses his stick. I don't think he hangs on to it quite the same way as an NHL goaltender. Doesn't seem to be uncomfortable playing without it.
Sometimes he just completely drops it and goes after the puck with both hands. Here's a shot by Crossman. Hasek stopped this time. Held on to his stick and held on to the puck, too, and then Staviana getting into it in front of the net with a couple of members of Canada,
including Kevin Dineen, who poked at the puck there as Hasek covered it up. And I don't care whether you're in Czechoslovakia, NHL, or China. You do that with a goaltender, you're going to feel a little bit of pressure from the defense. Dusan Pasek, team captain of Czechoslovakia, and what a player he is. He plays for the Stosny's old team, Slovan Bratislava in Czechoslovakia. And he's been a great athlete. He was a gymnast before he took up hockey. He was a decathlete for Czechoslovakia. Now is a national hero as captain of the Czechoslovakian national team.
He's out on a face-off against Mario Lemieux. Lemieux. Now they chase Pasek out of there. And stepping in is Liba to take the face-off. Lemieux gets the draw. Back on the point, Murphy shooting wide by a couple of feet. Penalty coming up to Czechoslovakia. And now as they get possession, Hasek in front of the net catches the eye of the referee and will go to the penalty box. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
And watch in front of the net. Pasek's the man who hauls down Mario Lemieux and did a good job on the big guy. And he is in the penalty box, so our national hero will spend 2 minutes sitting out the holding penalty.
Canada with a power play alignment of Messier, Gretzky, Lemieux, Coffey, and Hartsburg, the point men. Here's Coffey to Lemieux. Now to Messier. Poked away by Hasek. Coffey pinching in. Held it in. Gretzky wide open. Pass from Lemieux, but it went off Gretzky's stick, and Liba comes away for Czechoslovakia. Passing it in onto the wing. Blocked in to get it, number 27. Czechoslovakia kill penalties very aggressively, so keep that in mind. Back is Messier. Messier to Coffey. Paul Coffey cruising in. Around to Gretzky. In front to Lemieux, but picked off by number 27. Blocked and cleared away. 1:12 left in the penalty. Here's Coffey. Off the boards as Canada attacks again. Messier to Gretzky. Back to Messier. Backhander. Lemieux the rebound. And Hasek stopped that, and it's cleared away by Czechoslovakia's Peter Bolt. Mike Gartner on the power play now for Canada. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Canada with Bourque leading the right. Bourque to Goulet. Goulet fired it across, comes to Gretzky. Gretzky behind the net to Gartner, back to Gretzky. knocked away on a good play by Volk. Over on the other side, Bork pinching in to Gartner. Gartner to Goulet. Gretzky was wide open. They can't get it to him. Now Murphy at the point. Good play to hold it into Gretzky. Now to Goulet, but off his skate and cleared away by Cadillac. Canada held it in. Gartner on the boards, but now cleared by Volk. 10 seconds left in the penalty.
Czechoslovakia, you'll never see them in a box, Stan. You talked about their aggressive penalty killing. They chase you. They'll go after the puck carrier, and they don't care where he is inside their zone.
Now Ponchak is back on. Czechoslovakia at full strength. Here's Dolezal, number 15 in his own zone. Got away from Tocchet. Cleared to Hrdina, knocked away from him. Now stolen by Howardchuk. Has Tocchet with him. Howardchuk shoots. Rebound and poked away by Hasek. And Hrdina for Czechoslovakia. Leaving it there. Picked up by Volek, number 19, and dumped in. Back to get it. Crossman over onto the far wing. Now they tried to feed Howardchuk, but can't. We've played 4 minutes of the second period. Still 2-2. Back is Cadillac. Now it's Crossman for Canada. Moving it into the Czech zone. Broken up. Tocchet then carried in, but a teammate was already in across the line offside. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Great chance in front of Hasek. He's a pretty aggressive goaltender. Here's Howardchuk, this time right at Hasek, who was right on top of him, but then he got the stick on it and flipped it away from Lemieux, who was breaking in front of the net. So Hasek using that stick to his advantage again. He helps himself a lot, as goaltenders, the successful ones, always seem to do. They are almost like a third defenseman back there.
Mike Keenan likes to mix up his lines. He does so here. Gilmore centering Messier and Sutter. That's a new combination. Messier to Sutter to Gilmore. Breaks across the line, but was checked from behind. And Czechoslovakia clear it into center ice. Back is Messier. Messier trying to get it to Gilmore. Gilmore checked from behind. Lubina dropping it back to Sherborne. Back to Lubina. And he quickly cleared it off the board for Ruzicka. Czechoslovakia having difficulty getting out of their own zone. Now they do as Sherborne, number 7. He's one to Team Canada's line. Picked up there, and Ruzicka couldn't get anywhere. Back comes Sutter. Has Gilmore with him. Messier trailing. Pass to Messier, but now Messier does control it. Centered. Hartsburg pinching in. Greg Hartsburg shoots one. And Hasek stopped that. Back comes Rochal. Into center ice. Lead pass to Ruzicka. Shoots one. Fired that one wide. Here's Volk moving in. A drive. Skate save. Pure. Coffey for Canada. Leading a rush. Paul Coffey for Mario Lemieux. Back to Coffey. And the stick poked out by Hasek to poke it away. He didn't drop it that time. Back comes Joshko. Jan Joshko, number 12. But he's checked, and then Joshko will get a penalty for high sticking as he retaliated on the Canadian player Claude Lemieux.
Well, the stick seemed to ride up on Lemieux. It's right up against the boards, and you can watch it. Lemieux is turning around and coming back. Now there's the initial stick, and that one got up. Now watch as Lemieux comes back up. He fights off a check, and then Joshko nailed him. So the retaliation, if in fact it was that, was the one that got caught.
Right here, let's go to Brad Park. Let's see who Keenan sends out. It's going to be Messier, Lemieux, and Gretzky up front. Murphy and Coffey, the point men.
Shots on goal in this period, Dan. 8-1 favor Team Canada. And overall, 21-13.
All 3 penalties in this game, by the way, to Czechoslovakia. 1 in the first period and 2 here in the second. But Canada has been unable to capitalize with the man advantage so far. Here's Messier. Worked it to Lemieux. He couldn't get it. Messier after it. And now another penalty called by the referee, Mike Noack. And I believe this one's going to be against Canada.
Messier is headed for the penalty box. Or is it Mario Lemieux? Let's take a look now. Here's Messier over the line. He took a little bit of a bump, and it's Lemieux who's heading into the penalty box. So that incident just inside the blue line involving Messier, not the one that was called.
And so each team will be a man short. Canada 2, Czechoslovakia 2. To this point in the game, Canada's outshot Czechoslovakia. And it's tied. Here's Hrdina. Leaving one there for number 9, Yaroslav Banach. Banach to Dolezal. Now to Hrdina. Hrdina, number 24, fires on the short side and missed. Messier racing after it, but Bolshik beat him to it. Bolshik, number 28, fires it in, and Paul Coffey is back to get it. A little more speeding room, each team a man short. Here's Mike Gartner into center ice to Gretzky. He flips it in, but Staviana, number 16, is there to clear it back up. Here's Dolezal, number 15. Shot right on, pure. Made a pad save and then smothered it. And we get a stoppage in play here in Calgary. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
This is Jerzy Dolezal. Now watch the quick shot here as he hits the blue line, fakes, and then just unwinds it. And a good save there made by Grant Fuhr. And the Team Canada, well, they'll let the shots go, the Europeans, and there's none of this slap shot stuff. You don't see an awful lot of it. And they're always on the net, it seems.
Back to the live action. Each team still a man short. Here's Brent Sutter for Canada with Gilmore. Pass to Doug Gilmore, but poked away by Czechoslovakia. And back comes Block, number 27. Has Hasek with him. Good defensive play there by Bork. Here's a lead pass to Ray Bork. Bork trying to get it back, intended for Sutter. Now does get it to Brent Sutter. Sutter in front. Gilmore was open, but it was broken up, and Hasek able to smother it.
There's Brent Sutter. What a great star he was in the 1984 Canada Cup. He and John Tonelli were quite an act, and they were very much involved in that winning goal against the Soviet Union that paved the way for a Canada Cup championship. Brent Sutter of the New York Islanders, part of a very large family of hockey players, two-time Stanley Cup winner, and he's just 25 years of age right now.
29 seconds left in the Czechoslovak penalty to Yashko. 42 seconds left in Lemieux's penalty to Canada. Gretzky and Propp are the forwards up front. Murphy and Coffey on defense. Here's Murphy. Centered. Gretzky deflected just wide. And Kadlatz clears it. Orshaba now controlling. Gretzky trying to tie him up. Orshaba out dropping it back. And Czechoslovakia drop it to Kadlatz. Long pass. Misses the intended receiver. Ruzicka goes the length of the ice. And back is Coffey. Coffey head-manning it to Murphy. Murphy poke check nicely at the blue line by number 5, Kadlatz. And Kadlatz drops it back to Horshava for Czechoslovakia. Now all the penalized players back on. Czechoslovakia on the attack. Roshaw trying to center one. Does. Back on the point. Horshava to Roshaw. Centered in front. Ruzicka shoots. And a save, and then Coffey cleared the rebound after Fuhr stopped the shot. And we get a stop.
Well, they always let those low shots go. That's Ruzicka, number 17 for Czechoslovakia. Plays in Litvinov, was drafted by Toronto in 1982, and his rights were traded this summer to complete a deal to the New York Rangers. The Rangers, I think, are hopeful of getting Ruzicka. Pretty good hockey player. Here it is, right in front, and he lets it go. Just a sweep shot, but right on again. And Grant Fuhr is having a pretty good game. He hasn't been tested as often as Hasek, but he's had some good shots to deal with.
Face off deep in Canada's end of the rink. Mario Lemieux couldn't get it out of there. Roshaw into the corner, and back is Rochefort, number 5. Rochefort fires it out, and Horshava back for Czechoslovakia. Clears one. Lubina had it for the moment. He's checked, and now Canada pick it up, and here's Claude Lemieux, number 32. To Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux behind the net center. Claude Lemieux shoots. He scores! The Lemieux combine, and Claude Lemieux of the Montreal Canadiens gives Canada the lead.
Well, there's one thing that Claude Lemieux is strong. Look at him fight off the defenseman. Now he rolls that puck back out, and there's Mario following. Now Lemieux doesn't quit on the play. Back out in front, fought off a check again, and got the pass out from Mario. Here it is again. And watch Lemieux, number 32 in front. And he just shoved it through on Hasek. Claude Lemieux has become quite a story. He seemed to be in all of these tournaments.
There was a chance by Howard-Chuck, and he missed it in front of the net. Canada now with a 3-2 lead. Here's Czechoslovakia. Kuchera trying to center. That's broken up. Howard-Chuck, head manning to Messier. Messier rakes in, fires right on, and Hasek the save, and he held it. The Lemieux aren't related, but they sure look like it the way they combined on that last play. Claude from Mario. Deneen also assisting on the play.
Well, they worked it very well. Team Canada getting ahead for the first time since Hasek had tied the game midway through the first period. Canada tied the game back up with less than 3 minutes remaining in the first period, and this is the only goal here in the second period.
Now Canada win the face-off. Rochefort at the point. Shot up high and wide. Czechoslovakia trying to clear it up. Ruling into forecheck, but Volek has it for Czechoslovakia. That's Gilmore. Always a hard worker digging in there, but Stabyanov clears. Gilmore stole it. Centered. Goulet a chance. Back to Gilmore, and he couldn't control it. And Volek has it for Czechoslovakia. He's forechecked by Gartner. Canada's line is Gilmore, Gartner, and Goulet. But right now, Czechoslovakia called for icing on the play. Let's go to our Canada with a line of Gretzky. Now they're going to have Prop on one wing and Tocchet on the other. Hasek will take the face-off with Gretzky, respective team captains. Hasek wins it, and Hadlatch cleared it. Prop held it in to Gretzky in front to Tocchet, but broken up by Hadlatch with a good defensive play. Now Gretzky centered. There's Prop wide open, but shot it wide. Tocchet in there, banging on the boards and playing aggressively. Lead pass for Igor Liba. Liba taken off by Hartsburg with a good play. And Canada starts back. Here's Tocchet to Coffey. Gretzky is with him. Over to Gretzky. Hasek breaks it up. Gretzky gets it again. Quickly centered. Hadlatch there to clear it. And Coffey has to chase back. Coffey off the boards to Gretzky. Trying to center to Deneen. Deneen got turned around. Never got the shot off. Now back on the point. Coffey couldn't hold it in. Only one man back. Hartsburg 2-on-1 break. Hasek centered. And the man wide open was blocked, but couldn't get a shot off. Here's Kevin Deneen. Number 14 for Canada. Deneen dropping it back. It comes right into center ice. And Ray Bourque has to chase back. Bourque, number 7 for Canada. To Deneen, who tips it down the ice. Hustling back after it, Bainoff. And Czechoslovakia carry out. Lead pass on right wing for Ruzicka. Banned on the shot, and then Bourque broke it up. Ray Bourque around to Deneen. Deneen with Claude Lemieux, gives it to Lemieux, to Mario Lemieux. He missed it. Now Bourque held it in, but Czechoslovakia carry out Bainoff. Over to Ruzicka. Trying to feed Bainoff, but Murphy is there, and Canada starts back. Larry Murphy. Into Messier. Sutter is open. Messier circles, and then the net is knocked loose, and we get a stoppage in play. Canada leading 3-2. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Canada 3, Czechoslovakia 2.
And 8:27 remain in the second period. Here's Messier out there for Canada on a forward line, has Howard-Chuck on one wing, Sutter on the other. Brent Sutter, normally a center, trying to make a play. Now Howard-Chuck, also normally a center, playing on the left side. And he's tied up on the play by Sherban, and we get a stoppage in play.
The 3 centermen and on one line. Sometimes Messier plays wing. We've had some people that have been changed around. Talking to Mike Gartner earlier today, he said, I don't know what's going on. He says, I've never played left wing in my life. He's got me going to play left wing tonight. There's Jean Perron there behind the bench, one of the assistant coaches for Team Canada under Keenan, who is there in the foreground.
Oh, no, the other way.
Here's Messier on a face-off against Yuri Kuchera. Won by Canada, but cleared away by Hasek. And now Yashko, number 12, trying to clear it. Rochefort couldn't hold it in, and Messier has to go back for Canada. Cleared by Murphy into center ice. Howard Chuck couldn't get anywhere. Back comes Czechoslovakia. Sherban, number 7. Fires it in behind the net. Here's Bolt trying to center. Does Stabiana shooting. Pure big save there on Stabiana from the point. And Canada come back. Here's Howard Chuck working in, but Messier just a little bit ahead of the play. Offside. And Grant Pure may have just made his best save of this game moments ago.
Well, Stabiana got the shot away, and Yashko was right out in front of that net and ready himself. A chance, but here's Grant Fuhr, and I told you he's had to deal with some high-quality shots. Czechoslovakia has been outshot, but here's the play in front. Now, Stabiana is going to let it go, but watch in front now. Yashko is there. He got the backhand on it, seemed to go past Fuhr and out the other side.
Here's Gretzky with Tocchet and Prop for Canada. 3-2, Canada leading here in the second period. 7.5 minutes left. Czechoslovakia as Dolezal fires it in. All copy for Canada. Fires it high. Horshavaz there for Czechoslovakia. Clearing it away, and that's an offside pass, and the faceoff will come back to just inside Team Czechoslovakia's blue line.
Well, there's Rick Tocchet of the Philadelphia Flyers. He has been the talk of the camp all the way through. He showed very early that he was going to be in good company, and he has been very much a part of this club. Nobody argued too much about his inclusion in the final lineup. He'll be a fine hockey player. Already is one.
Here's Gretzky to Prop. Prop shooting. Backhand just wide. Gretzky again. Into Tocchet to Prop. Prop trying to come from behind the net, but Hasek slid across to stop that and smothered it. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
And here's that scoring chance in front of the net as Prop just hooked it out in front and got a little bit of room to let the shot go. But there was Hasek again, a big glove covering up.
Gilmore, Goulet, and Gartner for Canada. Gilmore against Hasek on the faceoff. Gilmore to Gartner. Shot wide of the target. Bork pinching in. To Gilmore. Got it in front, but intercepting it and carrying back is Flock, number 27. Gartner checked him. Fires it back in. Now here's Bork holding it in into Gartner in the corner. Around to Goulet. Goulet trying to get it to Gilmore, but he's tied up by Banach in the play. And now breaking out is Liba, number 11, Igor Liba. Liba leaving it there. Gartner back checks, breaks it up. 3-on-2, Canada break. Pass to Gilmore. Over on the other wing. Gartner stopped by Hasek. On the Team Canada 3-on-2 break. Now Banach trying to clear it. Bork pinching in. Goulet shot right on. Hasek made the save, and more importantly, smothered the rebound.
And those rebounds, of course, the key. We get a chance to give it. As we're beginning to see Canada now starting to settle down and make the good plays. Here are the future games coming up on our coverage of the Labatt Canada Cup here on CTV. Canada against Finland on Sunday night, then against the United States. Both of those games from Hamilton, Ontario. Then we'll move to Montreal. Canada versus Sweden for the Montreal Forum Friday, September 4th. And then Canada versus the Soviet Union to wrap up the opening round of Canada Cup 4.
Rochefort at the point with a shot that goes wide. Here's Deneen centering one. Stabiana got a skate on it and then turned and quickly cleared it. And Canada has to go back. Loose puck picked up by Rochelle. Now Claude Lemieux. Over to Mario Lemieux. Has Deneen with him. Pass to Deneen, but tipped away. And Rochelle trying to quick outlet pass for Sherban, but it was intercepted. And now cleared by Doug Crossman for Canada. Here's Claude Lemieux. Into Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux Long reach. Gets away. Center to Dineen. Shot right on. Hasek to save. Dineen didn't get it away as quickly as he would have liked. And that gave Hasek a chance to cover the play.
Claude Lemieux was doing a job in front of the net and had the defenseman completely tied up. Hasek, though, Lemieux was almost wrestled to the ice. Look at him. He's the one down. Hasek then had to deal with only Dineen, and he covered that angle very well. Here's Dineen going to his backhand and letting it go, but at that point, Hasek had, as you mentioned, Dan, put himself into position to make the save. Difficult one to score on, as he had problems handling that puck and gave him time.
Here's Copy from the faceoff, shooting one wide. Talk it into Voracek, but Horsheva clears to Volk. Lead pass too far for Yasko. Yasko digs in. Copy tied him up. Yasko cleared it, and Craig Hartsburg gets it for Canada. Hartsburg shot at the center. Kadlats breaks it up, feeding Yasko. Gretzky there for Canada to Copy. Back to Gretzky. Gretzky fell down, and Kadlats fires it across to Horsheva, and Czechoslovakia come out of their own zone. Horsheva, number 4, leaving it there. Volk shoots, he scores! Petra Volk, number 20. This game is tied.
And again, one of those great wrist shots that Czechoslovakia used. There's no chance at all for Fuhr to get set on this play. He's looking for the big one. Now Horsheva comes in over the line, just sets up Volk, but Volk just with a good wrist shot. Here it comes. That's a snapshot, I guess, as Phil Esposito used to like to call them. Watch it again. There it is. Boy, they're tough to deal with. In a perfect spot up high over the stick side of Fuhr.
Czechoslovakia bouncing back to tie it. 3-3 the score. 4:41 left in the second period. Puck back to his zone. Baynock back to get it. Gave it to Dolezal. Back to Baynock. Over on the boards. Digging in was Gartner. He couldn't get it. Now Murphy at the point. Held it in, but Dolezal battles him. Murphy to Gartner. Gartner had Goulet open, but the pass was in the air and couldn't get knocked down by Goulet. Here's Michel Goulet. Moving in, but Team Canada's player Gilmore is taken out on the play, and there'll be a penalty, probably for interference against Czechoslovakia. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
Moimir Boschik goes off for interference at 15:51. The goal, Volk from Horsheva and Kadlets at 15:19. There is the penalty.
He knocked Gilmore flying, and Gilmore didn't have the puck. And that's interference. Canada on a power play in this 3-3 game. Messier to Mario Lemieux. Back to Bourque, but breaking out is Liba. Liba has a man with him. Koscheck trying to get it to him, and Fuhr poked it away. Canada coming back. Mario Lemieux to Messier. Messier drops it to Bourque. Feeds it into Mario Lemieux. Tried to center, but broken up and cleared by Czechoslovakia. And perhaps one pass too many on that last attack.
Started out as a 4-on-2 break.
Here's Paul Coffey with Messier and Howardchuk. Into Mario Lemieux. Round on the boards. Messier to Howardchuk. Shot blocked. Pop.